Members of MAGA and QAnon continue to turn on each other. Vice News is now reporting that two of the biggest figures in the MAGA and QAnon worlds fighting, and this comes not long after, of course, QAnon literally turned on Michael Flynn and are now accusing him of being a secret Satanist. This is so much fun. So now on this fight, we have Lin Wood versus Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, who have been in a long-running feud for the last several months at least. However, over the weekend, things got nasty when Wood literally called Greene a communist. Fun. So now I'm going to show you a video here. It's hilarious. But first, this stems from her apparently not doing enough to, quote unquote, fix election 2020. Because, of course, fixing the election was exactly what they wanted to do. They wanted to fix it in favor of Donald Trump. So now, in order to do that, he's been pushing Marjorie Taylor Greene to try to get an audit in Georgia started. Now, a so-called audit, which would be similar to the one that actually ended in Arizona. So now that Arizona so-called audit actually ended up finding more votes for Joe Biden. And again, MAGA is tearing itself apart over that now because they have canceled the CEO of Cyber Ninjas. Hilarious. So, yeah, well done. Do that again, yes. Great. Go ahead and waste Georgian taxpayer money on a ridiculous fraud, which is probably going to end up finding more votes for Joe Biden anyway. Unless, of course, they're going to actually try to make up votes or manufacture votes out of nowhere. That said, apparently her lack of effort has led to these statements from Mr. Wood. Take a look.
In my opinion, Marjorie Taylor Greene is a communist. If Marjorie Taylor Greene running around saying impeach Biden, that says that Biden won. He didn't. And you would never impeach him with a communist Congress. It's a waste of time. It's all show. A traitor will come at you as a patriot. Be careful.
Do these people not understand what communism is? Marjorie Taylor Greene, communist. Oh, hold on. Whoa, do they even know what communism is? I mean, do words even matter? Do they? I have no idea. Not to them, at least. They're just, I love how they just throw communist around, socialist, Marxist around, and do not understand at all what it means. It's just like, that's a label for people that they don't like. Oh, well, I don't like you. I hear Jim Bob's a communist. Well, what's communism? Stuff I don't like. And I don't like Jim Bob over there. Kind of a dick. So he must be a communist. Oh, okay, yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, totally. So now, naturally, Marjorie Taylor Greene look, she'd ignored this, Lin Wood for a couple of weeks, but when he decided to use the C word, not that C word, but the communist word, well, that's when Marjorie Taylor Greene decided to respond on Twitter, and she referenced allegations by Kyle Rittenhouse's mother. So, look, Kyle Rittenhouse is the 18-year-old who went across state lines in Wisconsin and murdered 2 people in Kenosha. So Kyle Rittenhouse is like the mega star. Oh, yeah, a real patriot because he was hunting black people. And they love it. They love it. So now the allegations against Wood is that he had stolen money from a fundraising campaign designed to fund his defense. He lifts his Bible up high and lies and lies. He's not one of us. She also said, only monsters hurt innocent people in their greatest time of need. I'm sorry, what's that feeling when 2 people that are terrible fight each other and it makes you feel good? I know the word, I can't say it right, but I know the word. So, Schadenfreude, I believe. I know I didn't say it right. I know I didn't say it right. I don't know how to say it right. And every German person that's watching, because I do have German viewers, they're like, no, you didn't say it right. You didn't say it right. You said it wrong. I know. It's okay. Y'all know what I mean. That's the feeling that I'm getting, though, with this story. It's fantastic. So, all right. Now, Greene took things a step further and insinuated that, in some way, that Wood was working with the January 6th committee based on the fact that they did not want to seek evidence from Wood. That's the tweet. You have to ask yourself, if Lin Wood fought so hard against the election like he claims, even encouraging people to go to the Capitol on January 6th, why isn't he the target of the J6 witch hunt? The J6 committee is only focused on Trump's biggest defenders, but not Lin Wood. So let me get this straight. The lack of evidence is evidence, apparently. Well, I mean, they're not going. I don't know if they're going after Lin Wood on January 6th. They haven't come after him yet for any evidence. So it must be he's in on it. Oh, he's in on it. Wood then spent the weekend hitting back at Greene on Telegram, but also says, and I love this part, that he has forgiven her and will pray for her. So now anybody who knows how that works, knows some, evangelicals, fundy Christians that are, generally right-wing, saying, I'll pray for you is one of the biggest ways that they tell you to basically to fuck off. That's the gigantic middle finger. I'll pray for you. Oh, I'll pray for you. Yeah, okay, great. Now, Greene responded by saying, don't pray for me, Lin Wood. We don't serve the same God because it's clear that you're serving the father of lies. Father of lies? Could it be Satan along with Michael Flynn? Oh, so now we got two alleged Satanists? Oh, no. Amusing. I'm so amused right now. So, okay. So you can see MAGA and QAnon members are actually watching two of their stars battle it out and have begun to weigh in. So I'm going to show you some messages, and people are starting to really get into they're drawing their battle lines. Now take a look at this. This is from Wendy Rogers. Wendy Rogers is an Arizona state senator and was one of the biggest cheerleaders for the recount that took place in Maricopa County. She came out and said this: I love Marjorie Taylor Greene, but I would not be hitting Lin Wood. He is a Bible-believing Christian. This is something I am certain of. I hope you two can work it out. We need to work together to further God's kingdom and the MAGA agenda. Fun. Okay. All right. Now, Greene's own supporters on Instagram, however, were divided over her criticism of Wood, whom they consider a man of God and a truth teller. Here's more of that. And again, these are mixed. All right. You got Lin Wood as a grifter. Conservative movement is filled with them. That's why I'm not a conservative. They're weak and easily intimidated. So you're not a conservative because a grifter is being conservative is a way of life, my guy, not just a label. You sound like an A1 grifter, everything. And I'm glad you're not conservative. I love Lin Wood. He's a man of God, a truth teller. Don't you dare go after Lin Wood. Are you sure about that? Lin Wood was highly suspect from the beginning, and it's clear that you're in denial about it. It's a clear, dirty move that he's trying to pull. Lin called her a rhino. Right. Let me say that. Rhino, Republican in name only. It's not a literal rhino. What are you doing? Isn't working on the audits in Georgia. Seems to be all talk. This seems to be a distraction from her own failings. Please don't attack Lin Wood. Please do. He's the definition of a POS. Bruh, did you even read what he did? Bruh, he's a Democrat donor. Read up on him. He's not the savior you think he is. Oh, yeah, again, all of this deeply entertaining. As I mentioned, I drink it up with a straw. Absolutely. So now over on Telegram, again, this is spilled out to other members of QAnon and MAGA. John Sobel, the organizer of a major QAnon conference, and it was known as QAnon John. Oh, clever. Very, very clever. Said the major spat was something that has been coming for a long time. Well, I have seen this coming from a mile away now. It makes me sad to admit, but there is definitely a massive divide taking place within our movement. Okay, yeah. You know what? That actually makes a little bit of sense. I mean, look, MAGA's got some pretty big divisions, just like any political movement. And I say that from experience because, well, here on the left, we have our own issues with unity. Okay. That said, it's going to get crazy. In fact, he continued by saying, that's the last thing we need right now, but unfortunately, some have made choices that are not too bright or are being purposely controlled to cause damage. Oh no, we've got an op. In fact, another QAnon influencer, Jordan Sather, was drawn into this when Wood told his followers that Sather was not to be trusted. He said, the mockingbird propaganda has many species of birds. Referencing Operation Mockingbird, the alleged CIA campaign to influence media output during the Cold War. Try to be an informed birdwatcher. I have discerned that Jordan Sather is someone I would not recommend you follow. Sather, who makes money by selling supplements to his followers, and has in the past urged people to drink bleach to fight COVID. Yes, that's who Jordan Sather is. Used the attack to try to spread more conspiracies, saying that it was that Lin Wood is an op. I can tell you, there's a huge COINTELPRO network infiltrating the Patriot MAGA Q movement, Sather said without evidence. Might be the CIA. Might be Mossad. Yes, might be. Sure. Look, I feel like this is what happens when stupid people fight publicly. I mean, think of it this way too. Y'all seen the Spider-Man meme where they're pointing at each other, right? In this case, here you got MAGA chuds literally pointing at each other and saying, you're CIA. No, you're CIA. You're an op. You're Mossad. It's hilarious. And no, here's the thing about all of these people, right? They're either insane or grifters. Or insane grifters, in this case. A little bit of A, a little bit of B. Every person in this story is unhinged and terrible. And so, when it comes down to it, let them fight. Let them fight. Because I'm just going to sit back, pop a little popcorn, and watch them do the circular firing squad. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and share with your friends. You can subscribe and help out the channel by becoming a patron. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf, or you can become a channel member as well by hitting the join button below.